Welcome to the Metaphysical Manifesting Podcast with intuitive lightworker, national speaker, metaphysical teacher, and best-selling author Lisa Kessler. What is it you want to manifest? Are you looking to increase your income, change careers? Maybe you want to manifest a new home or a new car. Are you ready to bring love into your life? You have come to the right place.
Thanks so much for being here today. I'm so excited that you are joining us because today I have another amazing client on with me. It is author Mary Leo. She's a USA Today best-selling author, and she has been part of the Manifesting Mastermind now for a couple of years. And this year in particular, she had so many miracles, and I can't wait for her to tell you about them. Hi, Mary.
Hi. It's so nice to be here. I'm so thrilled. Yeah. Thank you.
You had such an amazing year. And can you kind of tell everybody, like, before you joined Mastermind, where were you energetically in your life? You know, where were you when you joined us?
Well, my thing is I had this roller coaster kind of life, daily life, where there would be times when I'd be up and I'd be happy and everything would go well, and then I'd crash and I'd have day after day of being, it's not so much depressed, but just in this low kind of vibration where I just thought, oh, pardon?
Where you're afraid, like
yeah, fear just takes over and grips you, and it doesn't let you do very much because you just rather be on the sofa watching Netflix, you know?
Right. Yes. It's hard to write books like that.
It's very hard to write books like that. And the year before I joined you, I was hardly writing at all. I was going through a lot of family stuff and a lot of things that were really hard for me to get through. And then I just decided, Mary, you need to do something to get yourself out of this. Plus, I'm still living in a place where I don't know very many people.
Right.
Actually, I don't know hardly any. I mean, I think I know 4 people here. And so it gets kind of lonely. And it just all culminated with me joining your mastermind group, and it's just been like night and day for me. It's the transition is incredible.
Yeah. And when we meet, the mastermind meets once a week, and it is a wonderful support system, just a tiny bit of peer pressure because we always check in to see how our goals are going. But do you think some of the changes that you have manifested this year came from having that weekly touchstone of getting in, of seeing the same people? We're all sending good energy. How did that affect you, do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I don't think I could have done. I mean, I was telling you, I wrote 5 books last year and a novella. And I got a contract with Harlequin, and now I have another contract that's pending with another publishing house. And so I went and saw Paul McCartney last year. I was on the floor when I went and saw him, and I flew to Italy for 2 weeks for a writers' conference and just had the most amazing time. And we manifested me getting into first class, and I did for almost nothing. So it's just been everything. It has changed me so much. I'm so thankful.
Yeah, well, I want to bring up the first class thing because it was so funny. So in Mastermind, the final thing that we do every week is we visualize everyone achieving their dream, or, we send positive energy, we see it happening. And whenever someone is going on a trip, we always send all this positive travel energy. And where Mary lives, you have to drive a really long way to the airport. Then you have to catch a bus. Then you have to, there's lots of steps. So when she was going to go to Italy, we were all that week we were visualizing Mary getting the bus and everything smooth, and she gets upgraded to first class because why not? Dream big, and all this stuff. And then you went to go to Italy, and you texted me a picture of yourself in first class. I was like, what? What is even happening? It was amazing.
It was so bizarre. It was like, I think we had the manifesting on Wednesday, and then my check-in, I think, was either the next day or the day after that. And when I went to check in, it said, you can upgrade to first class for like, I don't know, it was like $500. And I said, what? Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, put me there.
Yeah, because how many hours was that flight? It was really long.
It was a 10-hour flight.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm all by myself, I'm traveling
Right.
alone and, sitting in a seat upright for 10 hours, but next to God knows who,
Right.
was just scaring me to pieces because I thought, oh no, I don't, how's that ever going to work? Plus, you're so uncomfortable. And then
Right.
when you arrive, you're uncomfortable and you're tired. I arrived and I was like, oh, where can we go next? What can I do? I mean, the difference in flying that way is night and day because you're sleeping. I mean, you're on a
Yeah,
flat
it looks all
bed.
down. Yeah.
It was absolutely wonderful. And we manifested that. And of course it happened. I mean,
Yeah, that was amazing.
it, of course.
Right?
Everything has been that way all year long. It's just the little things that you don't think of. Like I was said, there was one time when I was on Frontier Airlines and I was trying to go standby. I couldn't get on the flight, but I needed to get there. I was going to Phoenix. I needed to get to Phoenix by a certain time. And I thought, okay, well, let me go try Southwest. I bet there's something in Southwest. I walk over, I have to take a train. It's a Denver airport, is this monster airport. I have to take a train and I'm trying to get there and it's so crowded. And I get there, I get to the gate and I said, I'm really just trying to get to Phoenix. Do you know how is there a flight that's leaving? He says, oh, we're boarding right now. What?
Yeah, just get
Okay,
on, Mary.
okay, here's my credit card. Get me and I had an aisle seat. I mean, I had a great seat. It wasn't like I was stuck in the middle
Right.
all
Well,
year.
and that particular trip, I think you were coming to our manifesting retreat in Sedona. And
Yes.
when you got there and you told me that story, we were going to pick up the rent car, I think. And as we were getting off the escalator, you like got hit by a penny. We're like, where did this come from? And we decided it was your husband Rick who had already crossed over, and he was
Yes.
sending you a
Yes.
little message that he's
Yes.
got you.
He's got my back. Everything's cool, Mary. Just enjoy, sit back, relax. It's going to be great. And it was. It was a
Yeah,
fantastic retreat. And I learned so much. I made new friends, and it was
yeah,
just wonderful retreat.
yeah. You were obviously supposed to be there because every little hurdle that came, you just whoop whoop right through. It was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you kind of mentioned your Harlequin contract, and I wanted to bring that up too because that was such a miracle. It was like you've been publishing indie for a long time, and then out of the blue, you were thinking, maybe I want a contract because I want to pay for my plane tickets to go to Italy. And tell us how that unfolded because that was amazing.
Yeah, it was like crazy. It was like I was like thinking, oh, I wouldn't mind writing for Harlequin again. And then I don't know if she contacted me or I
I thought
contacted.
she sent you an
Yeah,
email
she sent me an email and says, how's it
out of the
going,
blue.
Mary? Out of the
Yeah.
blue, my old editor from Harlequin. And so I was like, it's going great. And I said, I think I have an idea for a book for you. And I knew she was doing heartwarming, which is sweet, which is total opposite of what
Of
I've
what
been
you've been
writing.
writing.
Um, and I pitched it to her and she says, oh yeah, that sounds fine. Work that up for me. Okay. So I worked it up. I sent her a short proposal, just 5 page
Mhm.
um, synopsis and the first two chapters. And she contacts me not a few weeks later and says, we'd like to offer you a contract. What? It was like, oh, okay, well, now this gives me my money to go to Italy.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, universe. And
Right?
it was bizarre. It was just bizarre. I don't know how to explain it other than I was thinking, oh, I wouldn't mind writing for Harlequin, and there it is. Okay, here.
Yeah.
You want to
Yeah.
write for
Uh-huh.
Harlequin? Here it is.
But when you are energetically vibing with what you're asking for, when it's not coming from a place of fear, where, oh God, if I don't have this, you were really this year, you got so good at mastering, that I think this is what I want. And then just paying attention because, like, you got that email and you could have, not said anything, but you boldly said, I think I have an idea for you. And she's like, okay. Um, and those taking those chances that maybe we would have passed by before, to me, that is a really cool part of having a community that's always supporting you and sending you good energy, because in the back of your head, you're always watching for those opportunities, right? And you take
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're always thinking about those things. And one thing I came across when I was going over my journal for this, because I like to journal. I've been journaling since I was 13. I have all of those journals. My
amazing.
goodness. Anyway, when I was journaling, I came across this thing where it was my anniversary to my deceased husband, but it would have been our, oh, I don't know, 40 some years that we would have been married. And all day long, I kept saying, okay, Rick, you need to show me a miracle. I want some kind of little miracle. Where's my miracle? And nothing, nothing. I was walking. I thought, oh, well, maybe he'll drop a feather in front of me or another penny.
Yes.
And nothing. And so it was like 7 o'clock at night, and I noticed that it looked weird. I had already closed my curtains and everything. And I thought, wow, it looks weird outside. So I opened the curtain and there's this rainbow in the sky. I hadn't seen a rainbow since Rick and I were on a cross-country kind of adventure, and I don't even know what state we were in, and this rainbow came across the freeway, and it was absolutely gorgeous. And it was
Wow.
the same crazy rainbow that was in the sky, and I thought, wow, thank you, dear.
Right. Happy anniversary.
Thank you, dear. Now, you can look at that and say it's just a coincidence, but
No,
sorry, I didn't look at it that way because it
yeah,
was all day. Where's my
right.
miracle? Where's my miracle? And then when I closed those blinds, and then I thought, wow, it looks weird out there.
And something made you open them up. And
Yes.
yeah,
And there was it was just striking. It was just stunning. The colors were just so clear and perfect. So, yeah.
I love that. Well, and when I got the idea for the mastermind, I called it the Manifesting Magic Mastermind, because to me, the world is so magical. It always is. It's just a matter of whether you're tuned into it, whether you're paying attention, because we have free will. So we get to decide. But if you get stuck in the wash, rinse, repeat of life, you look back and go, oh my God, another year slipped by. What? But when you are, energetically present and paying attention, you witness all of that magic. It's happening all the time, all around you. It's whether you're opened up to it or not. And I feel like you've really, you are awake and you're paying attention and you're present. And that's when all of these magical synchronicities can walk into your life, right?
Oh, absolutely. Because when you're in that funk, and plus my health was a lot better this last year.
Yeah, so
Even
much.
though I had some scares along the way, I kept thinking, because all of my life I've been like my dad used to say, well, Mary, you're just, you're a weak kind of girl, and you get sick a lot.
Dad.
And and that's in my head. And
Right.
so this last year, every time I started to feel a little off, I would say, nope, you're fine. Everything is good. You've got this covered. You're moving forward. You're going to go do this and you're going to go do that. And lo and behold, within a few minutes later, I think, oh, I'm not sick anymore. How'd that happen? And it's just and I'm not saying that it's that easy, especially if
It's
you're
not
sick
easy. It's
with
not
something.
easy. Yeah.
But if I'm the kind of person that almost anything makes me a little off. I
Right.
feel off, and I also have an autoimmune that hits me every now and then. But in order for me, it's like I don't let it in. I don't know how to
Mhm.
explain it, but I don't let it in anymore. I've
Yeah.
learned to, I
You
mean,
have
I
to
remember,
build that
yeah,
little.
I remember when I was at the Paul McCartney concert because it was cold. We were outside, we were on the floor, and I started to feel a little sick. And I thought, oh, it's because it's the cold. And I thought, no, you're fine. You're seeing Paul McCartney. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. And it went away. Just like
Yes.
that. Yeah. So,
Yeah, it's amazing. I love that. Well, what is like, can you think of off the top of your head, like your biggest aha moment when you joined the mastermind and things were clicking along? What was your big whoa moment?
well, it was the contract with Harlequin, absolutely this year, because that was so incredible to me that, oh, okay, I really would like to write for Harlequin again. Oh, Mary, how are you? And then everything just snowballs. And
Yes.
suddenly I have a contract, and I just turned that book in not too long
Yeah.
ago with the final edits. I think it was just last Monday.
Yeah.
It's
Wild. Wild.
wild.
And January 1st, it wasn't even on the radar. So
No, it wasn't even there. No.
yeah. So it all happened. I mean, that is lightning fast in publishing for it to happen that fast. And the other thing that was like a behind the scenes thing that anybody who's not an author may not know is that they like give you advances and they split them up and they're based on certain dates and everything. And you knew that you needed to pay for your trip to Italy
Italy.
by this date. And it was like the week you were leaving, didn't it hit your checking account?
Yeah, it was the craziest thing in the world. She hadn't, it's like, usually they don't give you the second half of the money until they approve the book. Well, she
Right.
just approved the book not too long ago, but she gave me the money months ago and said, yeah, okay, here it is. Okay, thank you. I need to go to Italy.
You were like, hey, it's in my checking account.
Yes. It
Thanks,
just sort
universe.
of landed in my checking account, and I was like, how the heck does this even work? How does this work? I
Right?
don't know. Right.
Yeah, but all of those synchronicities can happen at any time because the universe is just matching your energy. So when your energy is positive and it's, oh my gosh, I'm so thankful that Harlequin's paying for me to go to Italy. And then you don't have to know how or when, but the universe is like, okay, Harlequin's paying you to, it was amazing. It was really cool to watch that unfold.
The interesting thing is like you keep telling me, Lisa, or telling all of us that you
Hmm.
don't need to know the how. And I
Right.
think I still get stuck on that every now and then
Yeah,
because I
that's
think,
the
well,
hardest part.
I have my impossible dreams or my
Mhm.
impossible goals, or they seem impossible. And then I start to get bogged down in the how. And then I hear your voice saying, we don't need to know how.
Oh,
We just
yeah.
have to put out what it is that we expect. And I
Yeah.
think that's the difference also, that we expect it to happen. Not
Yes.
that we so much want it, because we can want all, 10,000 times a day, but that when you get
Right.
to that point where you sort of expect it to happen, it's on a
Mhm.
different level. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, well, and then you walk through life expectant and anticipating, which is all a high vibration because it becomes exciting to see how it will work out instead of because that word want sounds like you don't have something. It comes from a place of fear, whereas I'm expecting this. I don't know where it's coming from, but I know it's going to come in, and that is totally different vibrational energy. You can feel it coming out of your mouth. I'm
Yeah.
going to have and then it's not much further to have gratitude for already having it. even though it hasn't quite shown up yet. And
Yeah, yeah,
it does
it's
everything.
amazing. And I wanted to get in like the year before when I was with you as well as when I had been going for VA benefits from my husband because he passed away from glioblastoma, which is
Right,
a direct result from Agent Orange. It can be for a lot of different things, but it is also Agent Orange because he was in
right,
Vietnam. And that previous year is when I had been trying for 3 years to win that. And the
right.
previous year, we manifested me winning that award, that benefit
Hmm.
award, and I won it. And that was the most incredible thing ever because it's sort of just, how does that even happen? It's because I've been working and working so hard to get it. And then I just expected it.
Yes.
It's
When
going to
you stop
happen.
working so hard for it, that's when the universe can go, okay, here's a miracle.
Yeah.
Because there's another angle to it of that we have free will. So when we set something that that this is going to be hard and this is almost impossible and all this, when we start putting that out, it's kind of telling the universe that we're not going to get it, instead of coming at it from, I know this is going to work, I don't know which way, but I know it's going to. And when you can release that outcome, the universe can give you something even better. It can go, hey, now we're open, here we go, right? So
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. And
yeah,
so it's all of those things together. And I think that what has happened to me, and I'm a true believer in this now because it works. I mean,
right.
it's like it's freaky that it
It
works
is
so well.
freaky, but it does work.
But it is your mindset. And
Hmm.
it's that it's like Tony Robbins it says
Hmm.
that if you're not growing, you're dying. And
Hmm.
to me, that is absolutely true. And I'm older, and so therefore, a lot of other people in my age bracket will say, "Well, it's time, to slow down, to sit on the porch and enjoy everything that you have." What? No way! That's not me at all. If I'm not moving forward. Because there's so many things I still want to do and
Right,
accomplish, and so
right.
many things I have to give to people. And I don't want to sit and to give to myself. So maybe when I'm 90 or 100, like Dick Van
There
Dyke,
you
he
go.
just turned
Yeah.
100.
Yeah, he just turned 100 and he's still like dancing and singing. It's amazing. He needs more naps now, but he's earned it.
But it's
Well,
still, it's a mindset. And I
it is.
truly believe that. Yeah.
And I think too that doing the weekly mastermind helps you to reinforce it because it is a time commitment. It is. And you show up for yourself and everyone else because we're sending energy. But I think by making that commitment of time and energy to yourself and your progress, it gives you once a week to check back in with, where am I going? What do I want? Right. And keep your vibe up. Have you experienced that?
Oh, absolutely. The once a week has been perfect for me because I have to say by about Tuesday, I start thinking, wait, where's my group? What day
Right.
is today?
Yeah, you
Because,
can feel the energy going,
yeah,
woo.
because, it's like this shot in the arm. And, you make that commitment. And I think a lot of us have had that problem in our past. I have to say, I've been blessed that once I usually make a commitment to something, I follow through on it. That's just how I've been. I wasn't like that when I was married to my first husband. It was like I would start things and then I would never finish them. But when I married Rick, my second husband, he was always the kind of person that, well, if you start it, of course you're going to finish it.
Right.
It's like this is the path you're on now. And
Mm-hmm.
so that kind of mindset sticks with me. And so when I have the fact that we have that weekly meeting is a
Right.
big commitment for a lot of people. They have to adjust things in
Right.
their family or whatever to meet
To
that.
make that time. Right.
right, to make that time. But to me, it's like it's so worth it. It's like life-changing. It's one of those
Yeah.
life-changing kinds of events that I'm fortunate enough to belong to.
Right. Well, and then not only time, but everyone invests money, which is energy, and you
Right.
put that energy toward it. But to me, I always try to remember that when you put that energy toward it, it matters to you. It may, that's part of showing up. And it also tells the universe that I'm serious. I know I'm worth it. And so, anyway, it is an investment of time and money, but what you get out of it is so much more, than what you have physically paid in, I think. Anyway, is that your experience?
Oh, absolutely, 100%. It's like, you've helped me also because I'm trying to get a workshop together for
Yeah,
writers. And I did have one client this year that was absolutely on. She showed up every week. She paid her money. She showed up. She finished her book during the 12 weeks.
that's so amazing.
And now she's on to editing it. And now she's, thinking about how she's going to market and what her cover looks like. And all of that
Wow.
because she decided to commit. And to me,
Mhm.
that is the biggest hurdle that a lot of us have to get over is that once you make that commitment, you have to stick with it. If you
Right.
don't stick with it, like my husband, you're on that path, so you have to walk it. You chose to open that door, so you have to go
Mhm.
through. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Right. Yeah. Well, if somebody is thinking about, doing the mastermind in 2026, what advice would you give them?
Well, I would get out my pom-poms and say,
You're gonna
please do this.
live.
It will change your life. But the thing, like I said, you have to commit to it. You have to just, decide that this is what you're going to do for those 12 weeks. Or, I
Right.
mean, I've been part of it now for almost 2 years. So,
Right. Yeah.
and I think I've only taken off maybe a month or two in those last
Right.
couple
That whole
years.
2 years. Yeah.
But it's been like you said, like every now and then I'll think, oh, it's a lot of money and blah blah blah, and and I stop myself. It's like it is so worth it. It
Yeah.
is. It will change your life. It has changed my life, and so I am so grateful to the other women that belong to it, and not just
Mhm.
the weekly mastermind, but the whole community
Right.
of other women that I've met through your
Manifest
mastermind
community. Yeah.
manifesting program. I mean, there's a lot of other women that sometimes they don't join
Hmm.
the weekly thing, but they're there for you
But
because
they show up.
you
Yeah.
give the lunar
Uh-huh. Yeah. Show
workshop and
for
yeah.
the meditations and the yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, all of those things. And it's all contributes to that. It's like whenever I feel down, I think, oh, does she have
There
something
must
going on tonight?
yeah.
There must be something.
Well,
And
and I love that because that was my dream for the online manifesting community is to just have somewhere that if you're having a struggle day, you have a touchstone and you can pop in and get a dose of, hey, everything's going to be okay. Because we all need it sometimes. It's normal. We're human. Nobody walks around, well, maybe the Dalai Lama, but nobody walks around, nobody else walks around all day being, everything is great. I'm going to be fine. We all have interactions throughout the day or a surprise, something that we didn't see coming that makes you completely lose your balance. And so my dream for the online manifesting community was just that there would be events, or something so that if somebody is struggling, they can, come in and get the vibe check that they need to feel better and move on. So I'm so glad that you take advantage of it.
I really do. And it's like I have my client she was feeling kind of low the other day, and I said, okay, well, let's do a quick Zoom. And then because of all the things that I learned through you, I
Yeah.
passed that on to her. And so then she felt so much better, and now she's back on track. And so I think, what you teach, it doesn't stop with us.
Exactly. It keeps going out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Love,
So
love
that is an amazing kind of thing that we're giving back to the world,
Yeah.
because you just need to help one person, and that
Yeah.
person will help somebody else, and and so on and so on. And
Yeah. It makes a tidal wave of good vibes going out
yeah,
into the world.
yes. So, it's just been wonderful, and I would recommend it to anyone who really is, maybe you're stuck, or that you're meant for more, but you just don't know how to get there. And your manifesting group has just been a miracle for me. So, yeah.
Aw, yay, thank you. Well, thanks so much for being here and for sharing all your stories, because I just think you are one of the most inspirational people. Mary is amazing, you guys. And if you haven't read a Mary Leo book yet, you are in for such a treat. I'm going to, in the show notes, I'm putting a link to her website so you can check out all her books. But there is a certain Mary Leo magic that just is in all of her books. And she has a whole bunch of holiday books. So if you're listening to the podcast when it goes live, it'll be the holiday time. Check out one of her holiday books. They're adorable. Romancing Rudy Reindeer is still my favorite. But they all have a little hint of Mary magic, and they will lift your spirits wherever you are, and you'll believe in love. It's amazing. So check those out. And Mary, thanks so much for being here.
Oh, thank you, Lisa. It's been wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thanks for listening to the Metaphysical Manifesting Podcast with Lisa Kessler. If you have questions or comments, or if you'd like to work with Lisa to manifest your dreams, you can connect with her through her website at metaphysicalmanifesting.net. That's also where you can claim your free weekly tarot reading and manifesting tips. Make sure you subscribe or follow the Metaphysical Manifesting Podcast on your favorite podcasting site so you never miss another episode. As Lisa likes to say, we can make magic when we bring the universe into the equation. Remember, you don't have to do it alone. If you'd like more information about Lisa, Metaphysical Manifestation Mentorship, or the Manifesting Magic Mastermind, visit her website at metaphysicalmanifesting.net.